It's at most places that I go, but that may be an age thing, I'm not sure. Things have changed now. We've got apps and things that we can use that will give us a far more reliable position with GPSs. But back when I started, before we had those luxuries that we have these days, the way we did it, we were given basically a map, and we had to do a roads test as part of the induction of working at the lodge. So they would literally give you a map and say, go and learn this map and you're going to get tested on it. And only once you had successfully passed your theory test, as it were, could you then start driving and learning the roads by sight and by feel of actually driving them. And at Sabi Sabi, where I was, when we had to do this, there I think it was 230 roads, but also the names of rivers, the names of drainage lines, the names of little camps everywhere, just so you really had a good orientation, so you could direct other people and know if you were going through the block following an animal where you were going to pop out the other side. And after you'd done your theory test, where I think you were only allowed 5 wrong out of 200 and something, you then got your vehicle, and then you drove around for a week or so, and then you had a roads practical test as well. And that was something I used to administer to new guides after I'd been there for a while as well. And it's quite hardcore. It was pretty much drive around. You had to drive the entire property. We would ask the learners, or we would get asked if we were in that position, or the trainees, what road are we on now? Right, let's pretend there's a lion sighting on this road. Take me there on the quickest route. Okay, let's pretend we're following a leopard through the block here. If we go straight through this block off this road, on what road do we come out? So you had to pass all of these tests in order to get your epaulets. It was a great thing to have your epaulets. That showed that you had sort of made it back in those days. And I have to say, I begrudged doing it because I thought that would be really difficult, and it wasn't easy. But once you've done it and you've studied it and you've learnt it, I was never lost on that property ever, because you've got this mental blueprint in your brain. Because you had to do it properly. It's a bit like today where we Google everything or we chat GPT everything. We don't learn because we don't have to, because we can just Google again the next time. But it is really important to be able to do, and it gives you a sense of belonging and a sense of really feeling a part of the area that you're driving. I'm sure Cedric knows the Northern Sands incredibly well as well, but let's head over and get... I've forgotten you were also at Sabi. You were a little before my time. I was there from about 2010 to 2014. I didn't have to do Nkombi Cap. That had stopped by the time I was there, although I know it's something similar is happening again now. I don't know if you mentioned the boundary walk, but that was still the final thing that you had to do. That was your initiation. If Cedric did tell you this, I apologise, but if he didn't, it was quite the ordeal. It's about a 42, 43 kilometre trek right the way around the boundary of the Sabi Sabi property, and it's you and all the trainees, and you've got one rifle between you, and it's not timed or anything, but it's your thing. You have to do it. And I, unfortunately, when I joined in the summer, and I did it in February, which is traditionally one of the hottest day or hottest months of the year, and to walk 42 kilometres in 40-degree temperatures was a hard slog, that is for sure. I think we actually started walking before sunrise. It took us just over 10 hours, but we had to go through a burnt area in the afternoon, and it was so hot. I drank so many litres of water. I must be responsible for a lot of the dropping of the oceans in terms of the amount of water that they had in there, but it didn't help. I still had a throbbing headache. Because of all the salts and sugars that you lose through the sweat. Water only replaces moisture, not those essential parts. And then we had a big celebration that evening where, of course, we all had glasses of orange juice and talked about the weather. I shall leave it at that. But good times. I spent, best part of 4 years at Sabi Sabi and thoroughly enjoyed myself.